think so, just because it's the whole rivalry thing.
Definitely not. I think it's embarrassing for our student body and it represents us just in a negative light.
So I think that LSU student section's use of profanity is not acceptable. I think it shows us in a bad light, and it shows that the student section can kind of run away and do whatever they want because right now there's no accountability for saying those types of things.
Yes, the words are acceptable because it gives the student section an identity.
I think it affects, at least to the parents and administration, LSU in a negative light. It might force some students incoming or in the university think it's really cool. So for them, it increases, I guess, the brand of LSU. But for other older members of society and people who are looking at this university for their children's education, it negatively affects how people view it.
Whenever the student section uses the bad words, it looks bad on us, and part of it gets blamed on the university, and part of it also reflects badly on the band because some people think that when we play certain songs, it's our fault that the student section does it.
It can affect the reputation in a bad way because it makes us look bad, but in the same way, to certain people, it can look kind of fun.
I felt that the LSU student section use of profanity against Nick Saban during the Alabama game was classless, to say the least. The way we go about preventing things like that is through kind of accountability between the staff of the university and the administration of the university and the students. Movements start because people join. If one or two people started chanting the vulgarity and no one else joined them, they'd feel silly and they would stop.
So at the Alabama game, when the Nick Saban chant started, I was standing with my back to the band looking at the game, and I heard something start. And you know, you always hear the chants start, and you're kind of like, oh, what are they saying? Well, this one, I heard it one time, and then the next time I heard it, it was across the entire student section. It was interesting to think about this collective unity of dislike for Nick Saban. I think that keeping the energy of the game in the most positive way possible, in a more continuous way, would help. Whenever those awkward breaks of silence in between the announcements that happen, or right after the band plays, or before the music starts, or the commercials start during the game, those types of awkward breaks are when all the bad stuff starts.
I thought the chant was pretty legit. I enjoyed it, and it can't be prevented. There's no way to kick out the whole student section.
No, I don't think it was a good idea because Tiger Band even gets dogged for not playing them, which was something completely out of their control. But I feel like we should give the fans something that they want to push them to keep encouraging our team rather than focusing on the opposing team.
Someone talked to me once about how they wished we would play it, and if I would just, defy Roy and say, heck it, we're going to play neck because it's the Alabama game or we're winning or whatnot. But as much as I want to play neck, I'm a student too. I love playing neck. I love dancing to neck. I love, being a part of that whole tradition of doing it. But it reflects poorly on us just because we don't have the right style of self-control to be able to handle enjoying songs in the right way.
No, it wasn't, but because regardless of what songs they ban, we're still going to cuss and have a good time.
No, I don't. I don't think it was ever Tiger Brand's intent to have their music they play put on the same line as such vulgar words used, and I think it was the student section's choice.
No, I think the songs just kind of pump up the players and the fans and just kind of get them into the game, and the students' way of getting into the game is, I guess, by saying those vulgar things, so it's not really the band's fault. If a song came over the speakers, they would start chanting something to that, so